Hi, we're here at HIMSS 2017 in Orlando, Florida, and I'm talking with Amy Perry, Senior Product Manager from OpenText. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you.
So how are you seeing your customers use these fax solutions to reduce costs and be more efficient?
Faxing and paper-based methods are so dominant in healthcare, with upwards of 90% of patient information exchange being transmitted via these methods. The first important step is to make that process much more efficient by eliminating the security and compliance risks of standalone fax machines and centralizing and consolidating faxing into a digital fax solution. The second important step in that is then optimizing fax within your organization by integrating it with EMR systems, back-end applications, MFP devices, and creating efficient workflows for the organization so that they have faster access to patient information and better care coordination across the entire care team, which ultimately leads to better care quality.
Well, let's talk about fax technology and what are the trends that you're seeing in that area within healthcare right now?
One of the biggest trends that we're seeing is the shift of healthcare organizations moving to hybrid fax deployments. Hybrid fax deployment actually combines an on-premises fax server such as WriteFax with WriteFax Connect, which is cloud-based transmission for WriteFax itself. First and foremost, what that allows healthcare organizations to do is simplify their on-premises fax server deployment and the connections to the telephony infrastructure, which is often the most complex part of an on-premises fax server deployment. It allows them to completely eliminate that and move fax transmissions to the cloud. In addition to simplifying the overall deployment, it allows healthcare organizations to maintain their on-premises fax server deployment and all of the integrations that exist today. Integrations with their EMR system, their back-end applications, their MFP devices, and most importantly allows them to maintain those existing workflows for patient information exchange, and there's no change to the user experience. So what this actually allows is healthcare organizations to maintain an on-site, on-premises fax server infrastructure, but still leverage the cloud for fax transmission.
So how is fax technology evolving? And then how in turn is OpenText innovating within healthcare to kind of address the evolution of this technology?
So other forms of patient information exchange are evolving and developing, such as direct messaging and other forms of electronic exchange. It's very important that fax coexist with these other forms of information exchange in a single solution so that healthcare organizations can begin to transition from fax to direct messaging or other forms of electronic exchange at their own pace, or equally as important, at the pace of other care providers on the patient care team. OpenText has recently launched an innovative solution that actually combines fax and direct messaging in a single solution. It's called WriteFax Healthcare Direct. What this does is actually converts an outbound fax to direct messaging whenever and wherever possible with no change to the user experience. This allows the healthcare organization to have fax and other forms of exchange such as direct messaging coexist in a single solution and allows them to transition from fax to direct messaging at their own pace.
So that's a really important part, right?
It's very important.
Well, and to have a company that can come in and have that, future-looking type of vision. Yeah, we're doing fax now, but we have to move. We have to move somewhere else.
Exactly. What truly matters is what's important to the organization is being able to process that information faster, have access to that information faster, and ultimately upload it into the EMR system, EMR records, so that that information is where it needs to be when a provider needs access to it. A doctor needs to review something, they can instantly have access to that information that's been uploaded digitally to an EMR record.